diving into a pretty thorny issue, the Canada-U.S. tariff dispute. And we have to start with Kevin O'Leary, the Canadian businessman. He certainly didn't mince words,
Right.
called the whole thing a stupid waste of time.
Yeah, quite blunt.
So our goal here is to unpack that, unpack O'Leary's arguments, look at the economic fallout for businesses, for consumers, based on the insights you've shared.
Right. And it's a bold statement he makes. His core critique is pretty stark. He just says flat out, tariffs don't work. They never have.
Never have. Wow.
Yeah. And from his viewpoint, they just increase costs, reduce competitiveness, and damage small businesses. He sees the whole strategy as, well, fundamentally flawed.
That's a really strong take. So just to set the scene for you listening, the root of this conflict, it really comes down to growing tensions over trade rules, regulations, and that's led both Canada and the U.S. to slap on these retaliatory tariffs, basically taxes on imports meant to, hit back.
It's a tit-for-tat situation we've seen before, unfortunately.
Yeah, but with real consequences.
And that's what O'Leary flags, right? He connects it to this wider market uncertainty. He's warning that if this keeps escalating, it could really hurt long-standing trade ties.
Undermine a relationship.
Exactly. And slow down the economic recovery. He points specifically to sectors like automotive, agriculture, manufacturing, key areas for both economies.
And it's not just him saying this, right?
No, not at all. What's interesting is how many economists actually, echo these concerns. The general feeling is often that tariffs, especially between such deeply linked economies, Canada and the U.S.
Yeah, so integrated.
Right. They tend to serve political aims more than they actually help economic growth. They often create what economists call deadweight loss.
Deadweight loss. Explain that a bit.
It's basically inefficiency.
Yeah.
The total cost to society, higher prices for consumers, lost business for efficient producers, it outweighs any benefit, like, say, increased government revenue or temporary protection for one specific industry.
Okay, I get it. So when O'Leary says tariffs don't work, that's the economic argument underneath. Why do they fail so consistently in his view?
Well, the basic idea is tariffs are just taxes on imports. So think about it. A business needs, say, steel from the other country.
Right.
Suddenly there's a tariff. Their costs go up. So they either have to absorb that cost, meaning lower profits, maybe fewer investment.
Or pass it on.
Or pass it on to consumers, meaning higher prices for, cars or washing machines or whatever uses that steel.
And the competitiveness angle.
Well, if that Canadian product now has more expensive components because of tariffs, it just can't compete as well against products from, say,